Hello and welcome to Frank's School. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's quiet. This is Frank, not Gloss, speaking. What you're looking at is, you've seen it before, but I learned the Greek name for it. That's a tetrahedron. It's got actually 4 sides, tetra, if you count the bottom, all equal. And I'll come back to that in a moment, but I'm down in the field, and that tetrahedron is to go on top of those 2 roofed benches. And there's been development here, so I think it's worth filming. The pieces of that 1x6 that's sticking out, well, you can get a glimpse of how I'm going to frame the roof. And surprisingly, when I frame the roof, the very highest pieces are barely going to be higher than the roof, or maybe even within the roof, which would be very useful and kind of amazing. But anyway, back to this tetrahedron. I'm gonna go into the shop and what I call Shirley's Keller, the woodworking side of it, and I want to show you what I'm building. A small version of that, which is only held together. This is only held together with baler twine and some nails done as pegs. But I've begun to think about doing something. Well, I'm going to do something a whole lot more of a serious effort. So we're going to go into Shirley's Keller. Well, I'm in Shirley's Keller, and the goats and Sophie too, they all think they're going to get a treat, which they probably will. Did you hear Sophie nicker? She's so convinced she's going to get the taste of sweet of a shell corn. But not right away. They're going to have to wait a little bit. This is the, oh boy. I say I have no pride. Shirley says, oh yeah, no, you have pride. This is the sort of homemaking, the kitchen of Shirley's Keller, with a cook stove and an open hearth fire and more, Yankee stove, water heaters behind. And then right in here is the woodworking part. And over there, which is where I've spent more time over the last year or so, is the metalworking shop. This is gradually becoming my neighbor's domain. And it's there's his welder, and this is the state of the wind shaft that will be turning on top of the 3-legged windmill. More of that later, but why I decided to show you this now is because I know you'll get your corn. I'm so proud of this. That right there. I spent probably an hour studying this. How can I do this? It would be one of the 4 sides of the tetrahedron. And I got the bevel right. Oh, where's my bevel square? This is the square department. No, those are combination squares. Oh, and I should show you my bevel square. I'll have to eventually because it's my hero. Anyway, with the bevel square, I got the right bevel, and I ripped them to the bevel, and I cross-cut them to the bevel. Turns out to be the same, actually, in this particular situation. And I ripped I got a lot of pieces, and here are other pieces and I kept the scrap as well. But then the problem, and I didn't measure. The only thing I used really was the bevel square, which it galls me that I can't lay my hands on that right away, my hero. Anyway, but then how to make this in just 3 layers, that was the issue. How to do that? By putting a block there, 1, 2, 3, and putting a block here, 1, 2, 3. The block isn't here yet, but it would be up on top, it would be up here, and we'd have 1, 2, 3. And then inside, to have these triangles, 1, 2, 3, that works. 1, 2, 3, that works. So I did it. I managed to do it. I know, Sophie. I haven't forgotten you. But anyway, I figured it out, and it shouldn't have been so hard, I don't suppose, but it was. Anyway, I need to make 4 of those, and probably fill in, so it's all sort of solid. Well, I'm quite proud of that. Maybe you can't imagine how much effort that was to figure it out. My neighbor keeps saying, "Oh, why don't you just do it on a computer?" Yeah, true. I'm not that smart. And the way, well, I shouldn't say smart. I mean, that was facetious. I'm not smart in that way. This is what, this is not a tetrahedron, but I'll build it the same way. And then what you saw as the base of that windmill will sit on top of here. But I've got the same situation. I just pegged them with nails, and here, and Andy was doing this actually, we used thin material so we could deal with the twist with the bow that had to occur with that kind of a structure. So, I don't know, I'm proud of that. I wanted to share it. Okay, Sophie, you'll get your corn. Well, while they're all getting their afternoon delight, you might say, I didn't even, normally I sweep this area before I give them the corn, but this is a kind of an exceptional day. They're not really hungry. They just like the attention, the idea they're getting something. But anyway, I came back because I found my bevel square. Here it is, my hero. That's really all I needed. That and a circular saw that had a miter, or a cross feed that had a miter. This is also sometimes called a miter. And then a bench, an arbor that would tilt. And I can't run it right up against the saw because of the, I don't know, sticking out. But anyway, it's, whoa. Well, it seems like that angle, at least almost, that angle and this angle, I think it maybe should be the same. But I don't know. You know, this is an experiment. I'm roughing it out. But from that, I'll fill it in, I'll pin it, and then make something bigger. And the pins, and that's all it should take is pins, are 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, you see my 4, 5, 6. There should only have to be 6 spots that this is fastened. Now, when I put the 4 together, that will add, 1, 2, 3. I guess times 4, so I guess 12 more pins. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm very pleased with this. I think I figured it out. And one other thing I could say is in this process I had a trip back to childhood, because I think it was my grandfather on my father's side gave me at some point a toy, but I think I was older by then, a gift of a wooden cube that was made up of about 20 pieces, but you had to figure out how to put them together, and you finally slid a certain piece in, and then you had a wooden cube that held together. And I thought, that's what I'm doing here. All right, I guess that's it for now. Bye.